Today, insanity, a bacon mac and cheese burger wrap. Let's do it. To make this ridiculous wrap, you want to pop a frying pan on the hob, turn the heat to medium, and first we want some smoked streaky bacon. Lay your bacon into the pan. Once it's in, a great little trick for frying bacon, you want to add a little splash of water. This will help to render out the fat, and it will give the bacon a really nice even cook so we can get it really nice and crispy. So turn your bacon every couple of minutes. Keep going, and when that bacon's really nice, dark and golden brown, you want to remove it from the pan, pop it onto a plate or a chopping board, and then stick that to one side to cool down. Next up, you want to take a large mixing bowl and a box grater, and the first cheese we're going to use for this one is some extra mature cheddar. So simply grate your cheddar into the bowl. Be nice and generous, we want this sauce really cheesy. Once your cheddar's in, the next cheese we're going to use some pecorino romano, or you can use parmesan. Grate about the same amount of pecorino as you have cheddar, and once the pecorino's in the bowl, give it a quick mixing up with your hands. So now we've got the cheese ready, we're going to make our cheese sauce. So pop a Dutch oven or a frying pan onto the hob, turn the heat down low, and we're going to start by making a bechamel. So add a good knob of butter. Once the butter starts to melt, we want some plain flour. Add about a tablespoon or two, and then gently cook this out on a low heat while you mix it up into a nice thick paste. You want to spend a few minutes to cook that out to cook off the rawness of the flour, and then you want to very slowly start incorporating some full fat milk. So add a little splash of the milk, stir it through, add another little splash, and repeat this process until you have a nice thick glossy white sauce. This is our basic bechamel. Once your sauce is ready, you want to chuck in all of that cheese. Soon as the cheese is in, give it a good stir through to melt. We want this really nice thick and gloopy. At this point, you want to turn on your oven and preheat to 180 degrees. And then, to cook our macaroni, we want a nice big saucepan. Fill the saucepan with water, turn the heat up high, and you want to season the water very generously. We want it as salty as the sea, literally. Then our dried macaroni, so chuck that into the water, and you want to cook this 2 minutes less than it says on the packet. We want it slightly below al dente, because we're going to bake off the mac and cheese for about 15 minutes at the end. Give it a good stir, and when your macaroni is pretty much ready, you want to remove a nice cup of the pasta water to finish the sauce, drain off the water, and then chuck your macaroni into a pan, and then start to add the cheese sauce. Go in with a few ladles, give it a mix through, add a good splash of that pasta water, add more cheese. We do want it nice and saucy. And when you're ready, you want to take a baking dish, pop your macaroni cheese into the dish, and then you want to stick this in the oven and bake for about 15 minutes or so. While the mac and cheese bakes, we're going to prepare our burger patty. So take some 18% fat beef, give that a good mixing up, massage it together, but don't compress it too much. And then you want to take a little sheet of grease-proof paper, take a small handful of the beef, and start gently massaging this into a nice patty. We want it about 1/2 inch thick, roughly, but this really doesn't matter too much. And once you've got your patty ready, stick another frying pan on the hob. I like to add a little knob of butter for cooking patties. Season the patty with salt, pop it into the pan, season the other side, add a few twists of black pepper, and then you want to turn this every minute or so to get a really good sear on the burger, but keeping the centre really nice and juicy. Flip it a couple more times, and when you've got a nice sear on the burger, we're ready to go. So very quickly, you want to take your bacon and chop your way through it with a knife, so we have some nice crispy bacon pieces. Pop the bacon pieces to one side, and you want to get your mac and cheese out of the oven, and then you want to finish with a nice scattering of the bacon pieces, and then we're going to build our wrap. So take a nice soft flour tortilla wrap, add a nice few ladles of the bacon mac and cheese, take your burger, cut it in half, and lay that into the wrap. Finish with an extra little sprinkle of the bacon, and there we have an insanely delicious bacon mac and cheese burger wrap. All that's left to do is to get stuck in, and I'll see you next time.